Bron Breaker just sent a message that echoed through every locker room in professional wrestling. The mystery man? Unmasked. The aftermath? Devastating. And what we witnessed backstage will change everything. Let's break it down right now. What's up, Suplex Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the hardest-hitting wrestling analysis, breakdowns, and insider perspectives. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell because you do not want to miss what's coming next in this story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most explosive moments we've seen in recent memory. Bron Breaker, second-generation powerhouse, absolute machine in that ring, just delivered a statement that nobody saw coming. And the mystery man who's been causing chaos for weeks? We finally know who he is, and more importantly, we know what happens when you step into the ring with a Steiner. Alright, let's set the stage. For the past several weeks, we've been watching this mystery unfold. Someone's been targeting Bron Breaker, specifically interfering in his matches, costing him opportunities, leaving cryptic messages. The wrestling world has been buzzing with theories. Was it a former rival looking for revenge? A forgotten opponent from his past? Someone from another brand trying to make a name for themselves? The speculation has been endless, and honestly, that's what makes professional wrestling so incredible: the storytelling, the mystery, the anticipation. Bron Breaker, to his credit, has been laser-focused. He's been saying in interviews, "Whoever you are, wherever you're hiding, I'm coming for you." And you know what? When a breaker makes a promise like that, you better believe he's going to deliver. Now, here's where things get interesting. Last week, we got our first real clue. The mystery man left Bron's signature dog collar in the ring, a direct challenge, a personal attack. That's not just about winning matches anymore, that's about disrespect, that's about crossing a line. And if there's one thing we know about Bron Breaker, it's that when you make things personal, when you disrespect him or his family legacy, you're not just facing an opponent, you're facing a force of nature. So here we are at the big show. The atmosphere is electric. The crowd is on their feet because everyone knows something massive is about to go down. The mystery man has promised to reveal himself tonight, and Bron Breaker has promised that whoever steps out from behind that curtain is going to regret every decision that led them to this moment. The lights go down. The tension is palpable. You could hear a pin drop in that arena, and then, the music hits. And out walks. I'm not going to lie, Suplex Nation, when I saw who it was, my jaw dropped. The mystery man is none other than a competitor we haven't seen in months, someone who has a legitimate grudge, someone with the skills to actually back up all this psychological warfare. The reveal itself was masterfully done. He walks out in this tactical gear, face covered, playing mind games even in the moment of truth. He grabs the microphone and starts laying out his reasoning, talking about being overlooked, being passed over for opportunities that went to Bron instead, feeling like he was in someone's shadow his entire career. And honestly, from a storytelling perspective, it makes sense. This is what great wrestling narratives are built on: real emotion, real motivation, real stakes. But then he makes his biggest mistake. He says, "Bron, you're nothing without your family name. You're just riding the Steiner legacy, and tonight, I'm going to prove that without that name, you're nothing." Oh man. You do not come for a man's family like that. The crowd immediately starts with the "you messed up" chants, and you can see it on Bron's face. That switch flips. It's not even about the championship anymore. It's not about wins and losses. It's about respect. Bron doesn't even wait for a bell. He charges down that ramp like a linebacker, and we are off to the races. Now, what happens next is an absolute clinic in intensity and physicality. This isn't a technical wrestling masterpiece, this is a fight. This is two competitors who have genuine animosity, throwing everything they have at each other. The mystery man, let's give him credit, comes out swinging. He's prepared for this. He studied Bron's moves, he's got a game plan, and for the first few minutes, he's actually holding his own. We see some really creative counters, some high-impact offense, and you can tell he's been waiting for this moment. But here's the thing about Bron Breaker, and this is what separates good wrestlers from great wrestlers: he has another gear. When he gets hit, when someone actually challenges him, he doesn't slow down. He goes harder. We see that signature explosiveness that makes Bron so special. The power slams that shake the entire ring. The ferocity in every single move. At one point, he delivers this devastating spinebuster that literally echoes through the arena, and you can see the exact moment the mystery man realizes he might have bitten off more than he can chew. The crowd is going absolutely bananas. They're chanting Bron's name, they're on their feet, and the energy in that building is something you can actually feel through the screen. The mystery man tries to mount a comeback. He hits a couple of big moves, he's digging deep, showing heart, and you've got to respect that. But every time he thinks he's got momentum, Bron just explodes with something even bigger. And then comes the finish. The mystery man goes for his signature move, the one that's put away so many opponents in the past. But Bron scouts it, counters it perfectly, and what happens next is just wow. Bron hits his devastating finishing maneuver with such force, such authority, that the referee doesn't even need to count to 3. Everyone in that building knows it's over. The impact, the execution, the statement made it's absolutely perfect. Okay, so the match is over. Bron Breaker stands victorious in the ring, the crowd is celebrating, and you'd think that's the end of the story, right? Wrong. Because what happens backstage is somehow even more dramatic than what we just witnessed in the ring. Our cameras catch up with the mystery man as he's heading back through the curtain. He's clearly devastated, physically battered from that war with Bron, but more than that, you can see it in his eyes, he's emotionally broken. This was his big moment, his chance to prove himself, to step out of the shadows and make his mark, and it backfired spectacularly. He's sitting in the trainer's room, and you can hear him just venting. He's talking about how he trained for months, how he planned every detail, how this was supposed to be his redemption story. And honestly, Suplex Nation, it's actually kind of heartbreaking. You almost feel for the guy, almost. But then, here comes Bron Breaker, fresh off his victory, and you think maybe there's going to be another confrontation, another brawl in the back. But what actually happens is so much more powerful. Bron walks up, looks this guy dead in the eyes, and you know what he says? He tells him, "You had the talent. You had the ability. What you didn't have was respect for me, for my family, for this business. And that's why you'll never beat me. Not because of my last name, but because I understand what it means to earn your place here." Drops the mic and walks away. The mystery man is just sitting there, absolutely devastated, realizing that he didn't just lose a match, he lost the mental warfare, he lost the respect of his peers, and he might have just derailed his entire career with this obsession. That right there, Suplex Nation, is what makes professional wrestling an art form. It's not just about the moves in the ring, it's about the psychology, the character development, the story. So let's talk about what this means moving forward. For Bron Breaker, this is a massive statement. He just proved that he's not just a name, not just a legacy, he's a legitimate force in professional wrestling. He handled the mind games, he dominated the physical confrontation, and he showed championship-level composure throughout this entire angle. The question now becomes, who's next? Because with a performance like this, you know every top competitor is watching, taking notes, and maybe thinking twice about whether they want to step into the ring with this man. For the mystery man, and I think we can start using his actual name now after that, unmasking this is a defining moment in his career. Does he take this loss, learn from it, and come back stronger? Or does this break him? Does this send him spiraling into more desperate tactics? In wrestling, how you respond to defeat often matters more than the defeat itself. The beautiful thing about this entire storyline is that it opens so many doors. We could see a rematch with different stipulations. We could see the mystery man recruit allies for revenge. We could see Bron move on to bigger challenges while this guy has to rebuild from scratch. The possibilities are endless. Suplex Nation, what did you think of this entire angle? Do you think the mystery man can recover from this devastating loss? Is Bron Breaker ready for championship gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash the like button, share this video with your fellow wrestling fans, and subscribe for more hard-hitting analysis. We've got some incredible content coming your way this week. Until next time, Suplex Nation, keep the passion alive, respect the business, and remember, in this ring, legends are made. QQ.